Ja, hej, og velkommen til den tredje podcast i podcasten med finalisterne til årlige PRIS. Jeg kommer til at slå over i engelsk, men helt roligt, der kommer undertekster på, fordi vi har en iværksætter fra Indien her, Jayesh.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Fine, yeah.
Is here today.
Yes.
Welcome today, Jayesh.
Great.
And thank you for participating.
Thank you for organizing.
Okay. I've sent the questions for you in advance, so you've had a chance to think about what you're going to answer. It's not going to going to take you by surprise. So, but I think let's dive in. And I would like to know what motivates you to work with your idea every day. What motivates you?
So at Jumplabs, we are making and developing STEM education kits and robotics education curriculum. So my motivation is actually my past, because I was working on these ideas since my 9th grade in robotics and STEM education. So I believe that I did not have any particular guiding light on me. So it was just me who was throwing arrows in the dark and learning by doing, making mistakes. So I believe that if we can provide the new generation with some set of guidelines and set of particular rules or right curriculum for them, which makes both parents and kids indulged into robotics very easily, that gives us a lot of drive and motivation to work on Jumplabs and the kits that we're making.
Super.
Great.
So when we talk about Jayesh, I was looking on your Facebook page.
Yes.
And a handsome guy, sharp in a suit like today.
Thank you.
What's the background photo?
That's actually Budapest.
Budapest?
Yes.
So why Budapest?
So I went there this summer for a very short vacation, and I was there with my sister and my family, and we went to Budapest, and there was all these lights. So I thought that my cover photo actually suits the front photo. So like suit, good lighting, and the back should also be some warm lighting. So just my designing element that comes in.
Okay, super. But okay, so and again, to get a little bit behind the facade of Jayesh. I think I said it wrong. I'm sorry.
No problem.
So, what or who has inspired you as an entrepreneur?
So this question I would answer by saying that my parents, my mom and dad. So both of them come from a very, very different field. My mom is from a science background and my dad is from a business background. And you can see Jumplabs is all about science and business all together. So it's like a combination of both of them together. And when I see them working in their workspace, they're just super talented, they're just super good at it. And that makes me very motivated and inspired by them, that one day I want to be like them. Yeah.
Okay. So what brought you to Sønderborg?
So actually, as I told, I was in robotics since the start. So I was motivated to work with robots and do a bachelor's in robotics. So, and I was also motivated to come to Europe. And that's why I started listing out some universities about robotics. And then I found University of Sønderborg with the most highest ranking among the others. So this was kind of my dream university. So I got accepted here and I came here. So that was how I planned it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I actually know you just passed your Danish exam.
Yes.
Could you say maybe a sentence in Danish?
Jeg hedder Jayesh, jeg snakker lidt dansk, men undskyld.
It's okay. I didn't want to put you on the spot, but you're practicing. You're trying to assimilate somehow with the language, and I know that Danish is a very hard language for foreigners to learn. So, yeah. But thank you for the effort.
Thank you.
What does a typical day look for you when you're working with your business, your idea?
So I mostly work on Jumplabs and the ideas in my office, which is in STU, which is allotted by our startup station. So it's a combined office. We have other startups over there as well. So I'm working over there with my co-founder, with the designing elements and the technical elements. We are thinking of how we make new STEM kits, what could be better curriculum for kids. And in the meantime, we have coffee, we have some snacks as well that our business advisors also get us. And the other startups, they're there for some sparring sessions and some pitch training. So it's all included. It's like a big package that you get. Furthermore, we stay some nights as well over there working when we have some hard days. So it depends on what kind of period we're going through. So let's say for the exam period, when we get there, the work is a little low because we are more focused on the exams. So, and in the summers, in the vacation time, and time during some grants, we are very, very active, and time during selling, we are most active.
Okay, super. So, have you always dreamed about becoming an entrepreneur? Or what led you on this path?
So actually, I was first into more like a scientist and roboticist, and since I started making more projects, I kept on going that path, and I thought that these projects should be out in the market for the common people as well. That gave me an idea of some entrepreneurship, and I think that I already told that my dad is in the business side, so we can say it's instinctual a little bit and in the blood. So that's the idea where the entrepreneurship comes from.
Okay, super. How do you handle adversity or challenges in your everyday life in regard to your business, whatever? How do you cope with it?
So actually, with the challenges and some demotivation, these come all the way as well in the path of growing. I simply talk to people. That's my agenda for that. I don't let any kind of depression, any kind of demotivation come to my mind. I just talk either to my business advisors or my co-founder or my family, anything about it. And I just get it off my head so that I can focus on the positive part and the negativity is gone. So that's how I deal with it. And obviously, by talking, you get a solution. Or sometimes if you don't have anybody to talk, self-talk it. Self-talking also gives you some solutions that you can work on. It gives you a pathway, a flow chart of how you can lead to the next step.
So this is actually the price you're competing about,
Yes.
and 25,000 kroners.
Yes.
So how do you feel prepared for? Well, it's this upcoming Thursday.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I feel actually very much ready. So, and we are still working. There are always room for improvement. I quote you for that. So we keep on going until the 4th.
Yeah.
And let's see how the finals also go out.
Yeah.
Hopefully we win.
I'm so confident that you'll do an amazing job on stage.
Thank you very much.
What advice would your younger self have needed to hear from you with the experience you have today? What would you have told your younger self?
Yes. So for that, I would like to say that I've been hasty for all the time. So since the start, I'm very fast. I'm very hasty. I've made so many mistakes just by being so fast at a work. So I would say calm down, think about it, and explore as much as you want, but do it a little slowly. You're being so fast at it. But I think that everything happens for a good. So if I wouldn't have made those mistakes, I wouldn't be standing over here because everything is connected.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe, and these are the two advices I would like to give to my younger self. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's good advice for your younger self.
Also, I'm not that old to give an advice.
Oh,
to
you're
them.
not?
No.
I'm shocked.
So I'm like just 19 right now, so my younger self would be 15, 16. Because before that, we're just literally kids and we don't know anything.
Yeah.
So
Yes. What quality or value do you think is the greatest strength or assets for you as an entrepreneur?
So I would like to say humbly that I have some drive, motivation, a little discipline in terms of what I'm doing. And also my parents always say that once I like to do something, I just keep on doing that. And I just have my 100% focus on that part. So I think that's one of a good thing, also a bad thing. But yeah, that's one of the qualities I would say. Furthermore, I can say that I'm very persistent and I don't quit in the middle. So that's one of the most challenging part for many. And also I am very desired to risk taking. So I like to take risks. I like to put the first step in. If nobody's doing anything, I would like to do it for the first time. And start over and over. I don't care until I get that thing. So I'm very motivated or very persistent toward what I'm doing.
Sounds amazing. And that's also how I know you from these past weeks. That
Yes,
you are very good to have your eye on the ball. That's amazing.
Thank
Something I admire much about you. If you weren't working on this idea, what could you imagine you would have do today if you wouldn't have gone on this path?
Yeah.
Would you have pursued another direction?
Actually, yes, because earlier, before I was all into this robotics and STEM, back at my home, I was more into biology and chemistry, which is not totally a different field, but field of science itself. So I would be more into that, and I think I would be more of a chemist, scientist, or biologist. That is back then. But if I say that right now, I would be doing maybe a business major, business bachelor's, something instead of robotics or innovation.
So in a way, you could say you're combining your different passions in one.
Yes.
Yes. That's what we all should be doing, combining our passions. So how do you balance work with your idea and your time for yourself and your family and friends?
Yeah. So first of all, I'm a uni student, so I'm attending all the classes. I don't skip classes for my startup. I have separate time for that as well in the routine. So I would say waking up at 8 or maybe reaching uni at 8 sometimes as well. I stay up to 9 p.m. in the uni. So it's like 13 hours. In all those 13 hours, in the first half I manage my uni stuff, and then second half I'm managing the startup and Jumplabs. I also get 1 hour in between to talk to my family every day. I don't really like to skip on that. So that's how I'm trying to manage, and then get back home. Also, I would like to say that cooking is my hobby, so I like to cook as well for me. So I managed to cook.
What's your favorite dish to make?
My favorite dish is actually an Indian dish called biryani. So it's actually chicken, rice, and some spices, as you can know.
Well, I'm looking forward for an invitation.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
For the final question, is there a particular experience or moment in your life that has defined you as a person or entrepreneur?
I would like to ask you to elaborate more on that. Like, what perspective are you looking for?
Well, some people have an experience in life where they say, well, at this point, it was clear to me that I would be going in that direction. This person or this experience made me choose this path. Do you have any experience that you can say, okay, it was at this time in my life when I saw my mom and dad do this and that I decided to go on the path you're on?
So let's talk about the robotics path first that I'm on.
Yeah.
So I've been building many robots and cars and drones since my high school, and we were also taking part in competitions and going into schools as well. So there was one competition that I went in my 10th grade of a robo race something. So we had to make a car that drives, and it's a race of those cars that we have on a terrain. And just at the last moment, our most important motor got damaged and we didn't have anything else. So we were working, me and the co-founder actually. So we were together since high school. So we were working on that till 3 a.m., 4 a.m. at night, and the next day we had the competition morning. We went there and we were totally embarrassed because people were having this big of robots and we just had something like this. So that was not good, and that gave us a little aggression or anger that now I want to beat everybody here and just move ahead of everybody, and I will work so hard on this that at the next competition it's us who will win. So that gave a lot of drive and passion towards what I really want to do, and that builds up competition to competition, events to events, and more products. That's how I could say that the passion or the drive for the robotics path comes in. For the entrepreneurship, I would say by attending these book fairs that we're doing, the Frankfurt and Bologna book fair or the Digital Tech Summit in Copenhagen and other events in Odense. While meeting the people and people approaching you, having a good talk about your business or startup, it gives another level of motivation and drive that, yes, I'm on the right path. And especially when people come to you and look at your products and banners and they say that, oh, I know you, I've seen you around, that it gives different level of inspiration that, oh, people have started knowing me, so that means I'm doing it right. It's not that I'm doing it wrong. And also, it's obviously my first time at a young age, so I believe that I've already made a lot of mistakes. But when I hear some compliments like this, then I'm amazed that, okay, I'm going on the right path.
Amazing.
Yes.
And it seems like you are very structured and goal-oriented person. It's amazing, and thank you for coming here today.
Thank you very much.
Jayesh.
Yes.
That was the last question.
Yes.
Og det var så afslutningen på den her podcast. Følg med her på de forskellige SoMe-kanaler, på podcast her fra Sønderborg Vækstråd, og i særklasse lige nu, hvor vi har fokus på finalisterne. Tak fordi du kiggede med.